Well, hello champions, and welcome back to It's DawnyWawnyTime. DawnyWawny is here today with a new video for you, and I welcome you to my channel. But if you're interested in seeing what this video is all about, then hey, you know what to do. Just keep on watching. Okay champions, so we are here today to do a tag video. This is my first tag video, and let me put my glasses on because I got little notes here. Talcumpowderxo tagged me in this Thanksgiving tag. I am 2 weeks behind. Now, as y'all know, I had to leave and go away to Chattanooga for deaths in the family during the Thanksgiving holiday period. And then I came back, and somehow or another, I overlooked this video amongst all the other videos that I had to film and get out. So Talcum, I am so very sorry. I do apologize. Please accept my apologies for being late, but I am here to do this video. So originally Talcum tagged me in the Thanksgiving tag video. Okay, so she originally tagged me in this Thanksgiving tag video, and the video itself, the tag itself was called Thanksgiving Tag. It's called Friendship Collab Tag. So since we're past Thanksgiving and I really want to do this tag video, I think that it's still appropriate. I'm just going to change the name from Thanksgiving Tag to Holiday Tag, because pretty much there's 4 questions that were tagged in, and they not only do they apply to Thanksgiving, but they also apply to the holiday season, you know. So I'm just going to call it the Holiday Tag. So it's 4 questions, and I need to answer these 4 questions. And what this tag is about is just to get you, let you all know me a little bit more per se. Okay, so we're gonna get started. Okay, so the first question in this holiday tag is called, it is, what is your favorite holiday memory? Well, I have many, I'm trying to get back on my screen over here. I have many holiday memories. But one of the ones that just stands out in my head is growing up. It's my brother and I growing up. And we didn't have a lot of money. My parents didn't have a lot of money. I came up in the 60s. So there was a lot going on in the world in the 60s. And my parents were involved in that. They both worked. My mom went to nursing school at the time. She was in nursing school, and she worked full time. And then my dad worked a full-time job and a part-time job. So we didn't get a lot of stuff during the year. Like nowadays, kids, they get stuff all the time. They're getting new clothes all the time. They're getting new toys all the time. They got the video games and cell phones and all of that. We were not that family, okay? So my birthday is in December, and so is my brother's birthday. So we got tennis shoes twice a year. We got tennis shoes when school started, and we got tennis shoes when school ended for the year. So we were a very humble family, but one of my biggest memories is that because we didn't get a lot of things all year long, and for us, my brother and I, we didn't know any different, you know, because we grew up in a neighborhood where the neighbors still spanked us and, you know, took care of us. It was like the whole neighborhood was raising all the children in the neighborhood. It was like, you better get off that fence. Don't be climbing in my apple tree. You know, you're going to fall out that tree. If I tell you one more time to do so-and-so, I'm going to get you, and then I'm going to take you to your mama. That's the neighborhood I grew up in, the community I grew up in. So none of us knew that we, you know, didn't have a whole lot. Okay, let's just put it like that. So my fondest memory is Christmas. Every Christmas, my parents went completely overboard. And I think they were trying to overcompensate for the fact that we didn't really get anything all year long. And so literally, I do believe my parents went in debt for us on Christmas, for Christmas. and then paid for it all year long, you know, because every Christmas morning we woke up, the living room, the couches, the chairs, you couldn't see the floor for bikes and scooters and dolls and trucks and cars and you name it, games and all kind of books and all kind of stuff. It was like Santa Claus house just dropped into our living room, and that's what we played with all year long. Literally, that's what we played with all year long. We didn't get anything else. But looking back on it, I remember my parents' faces, especially my mother, and she was always so excited for us. And she played with us, with our toys, and she read the books to us. And so that would be my fondest memory. Now, there is another component to this. In my household growing up, St. Nick came and visited 2 weeks before Christmas. And St. Nick, you know, I think it derives from Holland, where you put your shoes at the door, and if you've been good all year, then you got all kind of fruit and nuts and candy and things like that in your shoes to let you know that Santa sees and he knows, and St. Nick is going to confirm with him that you've been a good girl or you've been a good boy. Well, we did that every year from I can remember, because my mom was big in Christmas because her birthday was in November, and then my brother and I are in December. So she was big on that. So every year we had to put our shoes out. My brother, every year he got fruit and candy and little trinkets and all kind of stuff. Guess what I got? Guess what was in my shoes, y'all? Charcoal. I had coal every single year in my shoes from the time I could remember up until we stopped doing it. Okay? And that was because I wasn't a bad kid. I was just a curious and mischievous child. You know, I've said previously how I was a tomboy and this, that, and the other thing, and I tortured my brother. I'm the oldest. We're 2 years and 2 weeks apart, and I tortured him all year long. I picked with him, I beat him up, I'd hide his stuff, and I tried to get him into trouble. I'd blame things on him that I had done, and so on and so forth. So for 2 weeks out the year, when St. Nick came and left me that coal in my shoes, I was the perfect angel. So for 2 weeks out the year, my parents had a break. Literally, they had a break. But honey, after Christmas came, hey, it was right back to my old self again. And so that was the cycle. So though that is my biggest memory, St. Nick and Christmas, growing up and waking up on Christmas morning, and it's just so jammed packed with stuff. Yeah. Okay, the next question. What are your family traditions? Okay, well, our family traditions for Thanksgiving, because I'm just lapping it all into the holiday season. It is the holiday season. Thanksgiving just kicks it off. But our family traditions for Thanksgiving has always been to, when we stand around the table full of all the food and the goodies, and we're about to eat and we make prayer, then each one of us, we go around the room, starting from either the youngest and going to the oldest, or vice versa, oldest to youngest. But we go around the table and everybody has to say what they're thankful for. And no matter what that is, just whatever you're thankful for. And my mother and my grandmother really enjoyed, as we grew, my brother and I, how it changed from year to year about what we were thankful for. You know, it would start out like we thankful for Christmas and we hoping to get a lot of gifts and stuff like that. But as we grew, those things we were thankful for changed. And I remember the last holiday season I spent with my mother and my grandmother, and we did this. We were all, myself, my brother, and my children, we were all saying the same thing. We didn't know we were going to say it, but we were all saying the same thing, was that we were thankful for the time that we had with my mom and my grandmom. and it literally made them cry. And so that's just something that every holiday season, that's what we continue to do. And we also have the Macy's parade, Thanksgiving Day parade on Thanksgiving Day. We're not watching it. My grandchildren are watching, but my grandmother and my mother loved that parade. So even though we're not paying attention, we always have that parade on the television in honor of them. So that's the answer to that question, champions. Okay, so the next question is, what is your favorite side dish? I don't have a favorite side dish. I have a favorite dessert. And it's called sweet potato pun. Well, at least that's what we call it. And all it is, the best way I can describe it to you, it's a sweet potato pie without the crust in a casserole dish. And you use it as a side dish, or you can use it as a dessert. But it's simply just sweet potato pie without the crust. That is my absolute favorite. I can eat the whole bowl or whatever it's cooked in. I can eat the whole thing by myself. And I continue to make that. And so now when I make it, I always, when it's, you know, done, I put me some to the side so that I can have some when everybody go home. But that would be my favorite dish. And then the final question, champion, is what is your least favorite dish or item? My least favorite dish or item would be Brussels sprouts. I don't cook Brussels sprouts now, but growing up, we always had Brussels sprouts at the holidays. We had it for Thanksgiving and we had it for Christmas. And I am just not a Brussels sprout person. I just don't like it. I don't care how you fix it. I just don't like them. And my mom and my grandmother, they always made it, and I don't know why. Now, I love cabbage. Saute me some cabbage with some smothered onions and bell peppers in it, baby, and I will go to town. But you give me a Brussels sprout and I am done. I'm passing right by that Brussels sprout. And one more item that is my all-time least favorite. I can't stand them. It's chitlins. Now, y'all might call them chitterlings, but where I come from, we call them chitlins. And if y'all don't know, some of you out there don't know, that's the pig guts. Okay, they boil them sometimes. Most times they boil them, but they fry them. I don't care. Fried, dyed, laid to the side. I'm not eating them. I'm not cooking them. And my husband, he likes chitlins. But he understands that I'm not that one. You're going to have to go to aunt somebody or cousin somebody. Because I am not the one. Growing up, I wouldn't even eat. If the pot was on top of the stove next to all the other food that we had to eat, I wasn't eating any of that food. I wasn't eating it because that chitlin pot is sitting next to the food. And my grandmother would appease me because I am the oldest and I'm the girl and I was her baby, okay? So she would make me a separate dinner. Cornish hens, collard greens, cornbread, macaroni and cheese. That's what she would make me, and it would be in the oven. It would not be sitting on top of that stove because she knew I wasn't going to eat it. No way, no how, no way, no. If I come in the house and smell it, I don't want nothing in your house. Growing up, as an adult, I've changed. You know what I'm saying? But as a kid, and I knew that my grandmama was going to give me what I wanted to. Baby, no go, okay? So, that's it, guys. That's just my little way of sharing with you some little memories that I hold dear to my heart. And I hope you guys got a good little laugh. Okay, now that I've shared all of my memories, some of my memories with you all with this holiday tag, I am tagging out. Okay, I am tagging out Mature Brown Beauty. Yes, ma'am, Miss Mature Brown Beauty. I'm tagging you to do this tag. I'm also tagging out Karen Maria. Yes, I want to hear your memories. I want to hear the answers to your stories. I'm also tagging out the Antique Autistic. Yes, ma'am, Miss Antique Autistic. I'm tagging you out. Yes, I'm also tagging out Colorado every day. Yes, sir. I know you got some stories. I know you got some. I want to hear what you have to say, so I'm tagging you out. And finally, I'm tagging out Faye Blatcher. Yes, Miss Faye Blatcher, I want to hear your stories as well. So, Mature Brown Beauty, Karen Maria, the Antique Autistic, Colorado Every Day, and Faye Blatcher. You are all tag in this holiday tag. So, anybody else that wants to join in on this tag, please help yourself. I will have the questions, 4 little questions, in my description box. I'll also put these folks' channel links in my description box as well. So, until the next video, you are all you have. You are all you have. So, to thine own self, be true. Mwah. Smooches!